I just journaled for 2 days and oh my gosh, I just look like a mess. And you know what's crazy is that I look like a mess and I feel like a mess and my life is a mess. And it's not that bad, but it's true what they say when you're out, your externals reflect what's inside. And I feel like I've been neglecting what's inside and my feelings and like my intuition for so long that it's starting to show in my body. I've put on weight. I'm unhappy. I have deep, dark eye bags. I guess they're not horrible, but like it's also 8 in the morning. I woke up like 2 hours ago. Exactly. I woke up 2 hours ago. They should be gone, right? But I just feel like with everything going on in my life, I I need to start trusting the nudge that God is giving me. And what I mean by that is he's giving me visions of what life could be like if I listen to myself and if I just trust what he's giving me. Excuse me. I'm drinking Inalani. It's actually one of my daughter's names. Unintentionally, that was just what I decided to name her. And then this energy drink came out, and I was like, I've never heard of that. And then now it's an energy drink. Okay, but anyways, cotton candy flavor, super bomb. Um, I feel like I've been getting these visions of what God, He's telling me, like, this is how good it could be. This is how simple it could be. And not even simple, but you know what I mean? Like, it can be so good if you put in the work and find those, I call them like stepping stone actions because like the vision is like way off in the horizon. And I see the future as like a huge ocean so deep with so many potential routes to take. You could go this way, you could go that way, you could even sink. Like there's so many different ways to go. But if I do the work and find those stepping stones to take me to the place that God wants to put me, then I could get there. Like I can see the end result and I know I could get there and I know how good it could be, but I just have to work to do it. And that's the hardest thing is like actually trusting the vision and being like dead set that this is what I'm going to do. And I don't know, like there are so many things in my life where I'm like this is dead weight, you know, and it's keeping me from staying afloat and it's keeping me from actually wanting to take the next step. So those the dead weight could be like relationships, it could be ways of thinking, it could be the way that you're living. And a lot of these things we don't realize shape so much of what we do. And not just what we do, but what we plan to do, like the places that we go, like they're not joking when they say that your decisions today form your life tomorrow. Or like for example, my great grandma, she came from a wealthy family and fell in love with a poor um, Hispanic guy. And he wasn't just poor, he was poor monetarily and also poor of character because he would drink, he would get drunk, and he would abuse her in front of the kids, in front of my grandma. And I remember my mom telling me that, like, yeah, her family didn't approve of this man. And she was from Michigan and he wanted to move her down here. So they bought like an RV or a bus or something like that. And they drove all the way down here. And it was a really traumatic experience for my grandma. And we're still here. Like, all that to say, my grandma grew up poor. My mom grew up poor. I grew up poor. So there's literally from my great grandma, her decisions affected 3 generations of my family. And that's all because of the decisions she made I don't know how many years ago, but I'm just trying to really drive home that the decisions you make today don't just affect you, but they affect the people that come after you, whether that's your kids or your family, whoever. Um, the butterfly effect is real. That movie is like it's realer than real. I'm just wondering what I'm doing in my life that is going to affect people. Like I want to affect people positively. I don't want to just sit here and like do the bare minimum and just get by. I'm done doing that. And I've been doing that. I've been doing the bare minimum. I've been eating freaking ramen and pizza and like just things that aren't good for me. I haven't been moving my body as much. I haven't been going out to talk to people as much as I should. Like I work from home, so I feel like the interaction I get online sometimes is like overwhelming. But then I go into the real world, and it's like everything I needed was for someone to look me in the eyes and say hello and ask how my day was. So I don't know. It's so hard, especially like taking the plunge, because sometimes getting to the next stepping stone is falling into the abyss. Like you have to fall into the water to swim to the next step. And that's like so crazy to think about, because like you don't know where you're going, you don't know what's beneath you. Um, Sometimes it's like almost like the mirage thing where you feel like, oh, it's just an easy step. Like I'll just take the next step. And then you fall into the water, and then you're out swimming in, the middle of the ocean of potential. And I just feel like I feel everywhere about the decisions I have to make. And I feel like getting back into journaling has been really helping me to articulate my thoughts, has been helping me to draw those strings, like string things together where it's like, oh, like this is a thought pattern that I have in common. Like this is something that's obviously been on my mind that I probably should put more attention onto. And man, I just have to do it, Like Nike's not lying when they say just do it. Another thing that's been on my mind is authenticity, because everyone's like talking about authenticity, be authentic, blah blah blah. And I always just thought that meant like being like yourself. But what if myself doesn't know what myself is? And I'm just trying to play a caricature of something I see online. And then I'm just like stuck, like playing someone I'm not. Then I'm just being authentic. I really am being myself because I don't know who I am. And it just made me realize the other night when I was journaling, like authenticity is being yourself when the camera turns off. Not just that, because not everyone performs their life in front of a camera. It's being yourself in here and letting that translate here. So if you're in your mind like, I hate this, and then you're living your life a different way, you're not being authentic to yourself. And I don't know why, like, I bet somebody's listening to this and they're like, no shit, like, duh, that's what it means. But I don't know, like, there's just been this disconnect from like the way I think to the way that I act sometimes. And it's like, I know how I feel. And that's what I mean with like, I've been neglecting my body. Like, I've been neglecting what's in here and not listening to the truths that I'm telling myself. And it in turn is like affecting the way that my body is withholding this stress from like not being able to be truth. Like, in the Bible, I'm a Christian, so but whatever. In the Bible it says that the dark cannot exist because the light will always shine on it. And that's how I feel. Like, I can't lie to myself because the truth always comes out. I can't lie to anybody. I'm not a liar because the truth always prevails. Like, I cannot just lie. I can't just lie my way through life. And I sometimes wish I could. And, like, I'm just made the way I am. But that's how I feel. Like, I've been lying to myself, and this lying to myself has been affecting me so negatively. And lying to myself is one of the dead weights I have to drop to get to the next step. So I'm just rambling at this point. I don't know what this whole thing is about. I just wanted to connect and see if anyone else is kind of going through something similar, how you guys are handling this. Because I know not everybody sees things with like a vision of like, oh, it's God. But I do believe that there is divine intervention with our decisions and the things we want to do. And we're given these grand visions for a reason. It's not for nothing. Nothing is ever for nothing. Like, everything leads to the next step. And if you don't believe that in life, then I think you're just going to be very sad and very like, what's the point? What's the word? Pessimistic. You're just going to be like, what's even the point? Like, why should I do this? Because everything leads to something. Like, there's no dead end in life. Life just keeps going. Like, numbers just keep going. Infinity is infinity for a reason, because we have so many different options and so many different routes we can take. But if you're getting the vision of something down the road and you keep getting that vision, I think that's something worth focusing on. Okay, that's it. I'm done rambling. Bye, guys.